And as I say, really normal to feel like you haven't got control of these muscles. Getting control of these muscles, getting the shoulder blades, so you're holding while I'm talking to you, just so you know. Because I'm aware it's a really small movement, you might not be able to see. So you're holding down there while I chat to you. Hold for as long as you can. If you need to release and reset whenever you do. I'm just going to talk you through a little bit of info about this. So getting these muscles, getting the shoulder blades free enough to move, and then the muscles around them strong enough to engage them. Release if you need to release. And reset. Will absolutely revolutionise how you approach your contact and how your contact through the rein feels to your horse. And it will revolutionise your posture. It will revolutionise your upper body riding position. So many things. And give you really subtle control. And give you, it's the foundation of really lovely hands. And release. Let's do one more. Exhale and slide. And hold them down. So you keep your forehead down on the mat. Hold them down there. Sliding them down your back as if you can get into the back pockets of your jeans, into the waistband of your leggings, out the other side of your bra strap. But flat against the rib cage. And release. Lovely. Okay. So staying there, you can pop your forehead on your hands if that's more comfortable. So we're going to the legs now. So take the feet to around about mat width or sort of hip width, slightly wider if you're not using a mat. Heels falling in, toes out, toes reaching away long. So that rotation that you've got through the legs is coming from the hips. So you will already feel, if you're reaching these legs away long enough, you will feel that you've got some activation going on through the back of the hip, through the glutes, and you feel you're pushing your pubic bone down into the mat, okay? And that is all correct. So what we're going to do from here, we're going to work one leg at a time. So pick a leg, and I want you to reach that leg further out behind you, reach it so long that it starts to lift up off the mat, and then squeeze the glute to lift it with that rotation, knee out, heel in, toe out, but toe pointed and lower, and go again. So knee out, toe out but pointed, reach away, squeeze the glute and lower, and go again. And lower. So all of this lifting is coming from the glute, not your lower back. Okay, really reach the leg long out of the hip. So it's a tiny movement, but there's a lot of activity going on. Okay, let's do the other side. So give that leg a sort of 50% rest, but keep it in position. Other leg, toe is out but pointed, heel is in. Reach the leg long out of the hip until it starts to lift. Then squeeze the glute to lift the leg and lower. And again, long and squeeze and lower. Long and squeeze and lower. Long and squeeze and lower. Okay, two more. Reach the toe away and squeeze and lower. And squeeze and lower. Lovely. Back to the first leg. So reach away. Point the toe with the external rotational, so the knee and the going out, the heel falling in. Reach away and lift. Hold here at the top. I want you to draw a tiny little circle with your big toe. So squeeze the glute to drive this circle. 3, leg long, 5 and 6. Keep the leg up if you can. Take the circles the other way. Squeeze the glute all the time. The glute is steering the leg. One more and release. Lovely. Back to the second leg. So let that first one have a sort of 50% rest. Toe reaches away, leg reaches long. Leg starts to lift. You squeeze the glute to get the lift. Here at the top, little circles. 1. So squeezing the glute to get the leg to lift up to the top of that circle. And control. Lovely. Change direction. All the work's in the glute, not in the lower back. If you're getting it in the lower back, take the leg slightly lower. And one more. Lovely. Okay, back to the first leg. We're going to reach away and lift as you did do before. And then from here, what you're going to do is you're just going to take the heel to point out, soften the toe. So it's heel down, toe up with the toe in and the heel out. And then go back to your original position. Go again. So heel away and out. heel towards the bum and in, heel away and out, heel towards the bum and in, keep going. So toe in, heel out, heel pushes away, heel in, heel towards the bum, toe out. Push the heel with the toe in, point the toe with the heel in. One more. And neutral and release. Lovely, good job. Okay, I know it's a bit of a coordination one, this one. Other side, and then you've just got a couple of stretches to finish. So reach the leg away until it lifts, squeeze the glute to get the lift. Okay, so we're going from our normal position of the toe being pointed and the heel being in to the opposite. So push the heel away and let the heel rotate out. And then revert. So toe points, heel comes in. Then heel goes away, toe comes in. Point the toe, bring the heel in. Point the heel, bring the toe in. Point the toe, bring the heel in. Point the heel, bring the toe in. Good, couple more. Point the toe, bring the heel in. Point the heel, bring the toe in. So we're rotating the leg, one more. In this lifted position. Point the toe and lower. Good job. I know that was probably a bit of a head scratcher. You might be much more coordinated than me, but I find stuff like that takes me a few goes to get my head around. All right, lovely. So let's have a little stretch off. So we're going to come up to all fours, and you can do a version of this in standing with your hands on a chair or couch if all fours is difficult for you. Just take the hands onto the base of the couch and stand in front of it with the knees bent to bring your back to sort of horizontal. Okay, so inhale, exhale, shorten the abs to bring the pubic bone towards the nose and come up into a nice cat stretch. And then from here, what we're going to do, you're going to hold here, so just breathe normally. So you're nice and short through here. And what you're going to do is you're going to turn the hind quarters to one side. So if you're into your lateral work, we're in a little human travers here. Okay, take a couple of breaths here. Lovely. And keep the arched back as you bring the knees back to center. Keep the arched back as you take the hind quarters the other way. Breathe into the lengthened side of the rib cage and the waist. Lovely. Back to center. And then release. And if it's comfortable for you, either with the knees wide or with the knees closed, just come back into a child's pose. Push the butt back towards the heels. Reach the hands forward. Big deep breath into the back. Good job. And then on an exhale, we're going to roll the body up slowly back up to finish. Lovely job. Nice work. You are done for day 2. I'll see you tomorrow. Awesome work. I hope your back is feeling awesome and that you found some great areas with real, what I call potential to get stronger and to improve. Okay. It's exciting to find these things that don't work that great at the moment, because I know how different your riding is going to be when we get them doing what they should, which is really cool. Okay. So tomorrow we have some really good stuff coming to help your upper body work with your hips in the saddle. Because if your shoulders aren't right, your hips simply can't be. That's how the body works together, especially when we ride. All right? So I will see you then.